Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for checking me out. So, on this channel, what I try to do is make comic book characters and movies easy to understand for people who maybe never into that sort of thing. But you see the trailers and you want to know just the basics about it. So, that's what I do here. And for those of you who didn't know, that in the comic books, the Marvel comic books, all of the characters that you see in the movie appear together, whether it's the X-Men, Fantastic Four, the Avengers, Iron Man, Captain America, they're all together, with Deadpool included. But when it comes to the movie rights, they weren't all together. Now, Fox, they had the X-Men, Fantastic Four, and that whole universe. Sony, they had Spider-Man, his whole universe. And as we see with Disney Marvel for the last 22 movies, they had the whole Avengers, Captain America, Iron Man, and everybody we've seen, Black Panther, all those characters. Now, over the last few years, a lot of things have changed. Sony has been playing nice with Marvel, loaning them Spider-Man. That's why you see Spider-Man in Captain America Civil War, Avengers Infinity War, and that's why you see Iron Man and Captain America were in Spider-Man Homecoming. You see they're sort of trading characters. Now, Sony still owns the right to Spider-Man, but they do play nice with Disney Marvel loaning each other characters. Now, something big happened earlier this year where Fox, who owned the rights to X-Men and Fantastic Four and Deadpool, they actually sold those rights back to Disney Marvel. So now we're going to see, just like we see in the comic books, where all these characters are back together. Well, at least Disney now has the right to do that if they wanted to. And so that brings me to my question of today. Is Marvel or Disney Marvel making a mistake by not including any sort of references or cameos from X-Men, Fantastic Four, Deadpool in Avengers Endgame? I think it is a big mistake for them not to do that because you have all this build up and hype over so many years wondering what it would look like if these characters was on the screen at the same time. Now, I don't mean that they need to have a full out cameo like in Deadpool 2, where you have the whole X-Men team in some room just sitting right there waiting. I don't think you should make any reference like that. But I do think that they should have just, I would say, a one-word reference just to let us know that things are different now. Do you remember in Avengers Age of Ultron when Iron Man was opening up the trap door and he said, yay, or whatever? Well, that wasn't in the script. He didn't do that. If you look at his mouth, it didn't move. They sort of added that afterward. So I think even with Avengers Endgame already probably was in post-production somewhat, you can go back and dub over and have one of your characters use a one-word reference. And I think we all know what that word is, and that's mutant. So if you have one of your characters say, hey, ever since the snap, we have all sorts of mutants and different kinds of beings showing up and things like that, just a one sentence like that with the word mutant in it will show us that, okay, things are different now because they acquire Fox. They're going to start using a mutant word. And we all know who are mutants. Well, it's the X-Men, it's the Fantastic Four and Deadpool. So we know they're referring to them. So that's all you need. Now, I think it'll be a little too much if we see Professor Xavier just roll up in a wheelchair like, what's happening, y'all? I think that's a little too much. But unless it's in the story already, if it ain't in the story already, I don't think you should do that. But I do think that a one-word reference would be perfectly fine. And I think if they don't do that, it's a big mistake because this movie, let's be honest, is going to make probably $2 billion. It's going to be seen by people all around the world over and over again. So I think right now, just letting everybody know, just the non-fans who are not really into comic book movies, but just letting everybody know, hey, things are different now. We acquire Fox, so be prepared. And as far as what Kevin Feige said about 5 years with no cameos or no, X-Men or Fantastic Four, anything like that, I just think that's a big mistake. I think those sort of mistakes can, let fans down. You have the rights to all these characters. You have the rights to all this, lore as far as Marvel and the Avengers. And now you got X-Men, Fantastic Four, Deadpool. And to not use them in any way, shape, or form with cameos or references, maybe showing a mansion, showing a jet, or just mention them by name for 5 years, I think that's a big mistake. And I hope they don't do that because now that you have the rights to them, I'd say to hell with the Phase 4 plan that you had. It's time to make new Phase 4 plans because Phase 4 just changed when y'all acquired the X-Men. But anyway, y'all, that's just my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Do you think it's a mistake for Marvel not to use X-Men or Fantastic Four in Avengers Endgame at all? Would you rather see some sort of reference to them or maybe a cameo? And what do you think about that 5-year plan? Do you think they should actually wait 5 years to have anything far as X-Men or Fantastic Four in the MCU? Let me know in the comment section below. And don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, y'all. Appreciate that a lot. And I'll catch your ass out there in this universe. Peace.
You could not live with your own failure. Where did that bring you? Back to me.